the founder and the Superior General of the Priestly Society of St. Pius X, His Excellency, Most Reverend Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I say to Mr. Matt, I can say the bad English that he said is a good English. Because he said very well all things I want to say you, and I thank you, Mr. Matt, very much for his invitation, and I thank you for your coming. I thank the Father Ward for some word he said about the Society of the St. Pius X, and I hope that you can understand my poor English, but I think that it's better to speak some bad English, because to translate that spend too much time. As Mr. Matt said, the crisis in the Church is very extraordinary. It's very difficult to understand the situation today. And my seminary in École, in Switzerland, and the seminaries in German-speaking country in Switzerland, and my seminary here in Almeida for English-speaking, they are in the situation very delicate with Rome. Why? This seminary is the same as the seminaries were before the Second Council Vatican. We we have the same discipline, we have the same study. We do I think, the good priest, the good seminarian. We have not another hand that give to the Church the holy priest, as all seminaries they done before the Council's Second Vatican. Why we are now in the situation very sad with Rome? I think that because in the Council Vatican II, in the Second Council Vatican, and after the Council, there is a mutation, there is a change in the Church. We don't change. We continue the tradition. Why now they say, as Monsignor Benelli said me 1 month ago, the 19th of March, in the Saint Joseph feast, said me, you are out of the communion of the Church. I am out of I am out of the communion of the church because I continue the tradition of the church. It is possible? I don't understand. Why? I do nothing, I believe nothing that the church has believed during 20th century. And he said to me, you must sign a paper which said that you accept the Council Vatican, the Council Second Vatican, you accept the reform after the Council, you accept all orientation given by Rome. And he took the book of the new order and he gave me this book and he said, you must say this new mass in all your houses. And I think, why he don't send me after speaking, before speaking? Why he don't say, we can speak together when you close your seminary? Because 1 year ago, they sent me letter, 3 cardinals sent me letter, Cardinal Rai, Cardinal Garon, Cardinal Tabera sent me letter, you must close your seminary. Your seminary is finished. I refuse. I refuse because I refuse to contribute to the destruction of the church. Because now they are destroying the church. And I want to death and to go before the Jesus Christ, the judge. And they refused that. He said me, when you was in the heart, you destroyed the church. And I refused to give me a contribution to destroy the church. Because I am sure that my seminary is I built the church. I don't destroy the church. And I said to Monsignor Benelli, no, I don't sign this paper. I think that the mutation in the church came in Second Vatican Council. And this change in the church, do you think that is coming suddenly? When in the beginning of the council? No. This change in the church begin 1 century and a half before. Pius VI said during the French Revolution, if we continue in the church to do to remain under the influence of the principle of the revolution, become in the future a sad crisis in the church. And in 1844, the Pope Pius IX published by Cretino Joly, published the bills of the Carbonari. The Carbonari was Freemason, and the Pope himself asked the Cretino Joly to publish the bill of this Carbonari. What they said, these bills? They said that they must begin fighting against the church by one reform into the church, not outside of the church. They said this desire we have, perhaps spend no 1 year, no 10 years, perhaps a century. But we must enter into the seminary, into the convent, into the sacristy, and slowly, these priests, they shall have our ideas of the revolution, ideas of the Freemason. And so these priests before became bishops. And these bishops can choose a pope, and this pope, they perhaps even is not Freemason, but he has the same ideas as we have. And that the Pope Pius IX asked to publish that, to give the advice to the bishop and to the priest in this time that is a conjuration, is a fighting against the church. And in 1905, the Fogazzaro was a Catholic modernist, and he founded in Milan a large modernist, Catholic modernist. And he said in his book, Il Santo, he said, we must conduct our reform into the church, perhaps after 50 years, he said, in 1905, 50 years, that do 1955. And we do this reform by obedience. That said Fogazzaro in his book Il Santo in 1905. Reform by obedience. The modernist ideas in the church by obedience. And I think that here we are, in this time. The reform is giving, the reform is doing by obedience now. By the council, by the bishop, by the priest, and all they said, obedience. And this Carbonari said, in this time, the bishop and the priest think that they follow the tiara of the Pope, but they don't follow the tiara of the Pope. They follow our flag of Freemasonry. They said that. They wrote that 1 century and a half. Again. That is very important to know that the event, the sad event, is become in beginning in the Council Vatican. It was prepared during 1 century and a half, perhaps 2 centuries. And I was member of the Central Commission for the preparation of the Council. And in last meeting, it was a very sad situation, dramatic situation. In this commission, Central Commission of the preparation of the Council, it was 70 cardinals, 20 archbishop and bishop, and 4 superior general of the orders, religious orders. And I was in this Central Commission because I was the president of the Episcopal Conference of the West Africa. And we received, before this last meeting, we received 2 books, 2 pamphlets, and one from Cardinal Ottaviani, another from the Cardinal Bea, in the same subject. One was the title of the booklet was De Tolerancia Religiosa. Tolerancia religiosa, the tolerance religious, the religious tolerance. And the other from Cardinal Bea was the religious freedom, the religious freedom, the libertate religiosa, libertate religiosa, the religious freedom. When we read these 2 booklets, it's impossible. How we can receive 2 theses? One said we must have the tolerance of the error. One said the error has the right to exist in the name of the human person dignity. And so we do the meeting, and the Cardinal Ottaviani is standing, and he said to the Cardinal Bea, "You have no right to do this booklet, this pamphlet, because these theses depend on the Commission of Theology and none of your commission." The Cardinal Bea stand and he said, "I have the right to do this booklet because the religious freedom depends on the Secretariat of Unity, and I am president of the Secretariat of Unity. And I am against your thesis, your traditional thesis," said the Cardinal Bea. "I am against." That's possible. We were very, very sad situation. And the Cardinal Ruffini stand and said, "We are in front with two cardinals, our brother, but we must wait the authority superior authority to say who is right, who is wrong. But before the Pope came, because the Pope came many times to preside these meetings, and the Pope John John 23rd. And before he came, we do the votation. Who is with the Cardinal Ottaviani, who is with the Cardinal Bea. And so we know all the cardinals, they are the liberal tendency, and the cardinals, they are the conservative tendency. And that was, for me, it was the preparation of the council. When I saw that is the first image, the first image of the future council, because it was the last meeting of the preparation of the Commission Central Preparatory of the council. And when we came in, when we are going to the council, you know that in the first day of the council, the Cardinal Liénard was the chief of the liberal cardinals in the council, with all cardinals of the board of the Rhine, you know, the Cardinal Alfrings, Cardinal Frings, Cardinal Döffner, Cardinal Liénard, Cardinal Swenetz, Cardinal Gerlier, Cardinal France, Cardinal König of Austria. The chief was Cardinal Liénard. And now, 1 month ago in Rome, they published the photo of Cardinal Liénard in the review Chiesa Viva. Chiesa Viva is a traditionalist review, good review in Rome. They published the picture of the cardinal with all appartenance with Freemasonry. The day of his inscription in the Freemasonry, the day of the degree, 20 degree, and after 30 degree of Masonry. And the place where he do the meeting of Masonry, the chief of the cardinal, liberal cardinal in the council. That is my cardinal. He gave me the ordination of the priesthood and the consecration as bishop. Is my cardinal. I born in his diocese, the Lille in France. And now the public is the public. Nobody can give answer to the publication. So we are, and for me, I am convinced that we are a big mutation in the church, by the council and the reform after the council. Some, they said the council was good, and is good. But only the reform, they are bad. But that is not true. Why? Because when from Rome came the reform, they say always that the reform they do in the name of the Council. In the name of the Council. It's evident that all reform came from the Council. And if the reform is bad, it's impossible that the Council is good and all reform bad. Because that is authentic interpretation of the Council by Rome. Rome said, in the name of the declaration of liturgy, we do the reform, liturgical reform. We can say, but that is not in the text of this declaration. But this man, they have authority to say that this became from the Council. They know that. And I am sure that he is in the Council. Even he is not expressively in the Council, but he is in the spirit of the Council. It's the same, for example, for the religious freedom. Now, they are the OLC and the all nuncios, they are against the Catholic state in the name of the Council, in the name of the Declaration of Religious Freedom. That I heard that twice. The first time in Colombia, when I was in Colombia, I read in the paper, when I was in Colombia, I read in the paper that there is a change in the constitution of the Republic of Colombia, and they changed the first article, which said that the Catholic religion is recognized by the Republic, Colombian Republic. And they changed, they moved this article, the supreme article. And I read the discourse of the president of the Colombia, of the nuncios of Colombia, and of the secretary of the Episcopal Conference in Colombia. And the president said he is very, very anxious. And he said to the people, we remove this article, we supprime this article, but we remain Catholic. I am a Catholic, and I can promise that I shall remain Catholic, and I do all possible to the concern the Catholicism in our country. That they said the president. After came the discourse of the nuncios. Discourse of the nuncios, it was a discourse of the Freemason. All the progress, the humanity, the evolution, and all ideas as can say the Freemason. And the third discourse of the Episcopal Conference, secretary of the Episcopal Conference, he said, in the name of the Declaration of the Religious Freedom, we ask to the President of the Colombia to change to remove this article and to supprime this article in the Constitution. And I meet this secretary, the secretary of the Episcopal Conference in my visit in Colombia, and he said, during 2 years, we ask in the name of the OLC to the President of Colombia to change his article in the Constitution. I don't accept the Council, because you destroyed the Catholic state in the name of the Council, of this Council. Yes, sure, that's sure. It's evident. But I said, I said I do as I spoke with you now about the example of the Columbia, and he said, but it's the same here. It's the same here. I said him, well, and now I know that you are the responsible of the change of the constitution in Valais, in the Switzerland, in the canton of Valais, in the Switzerland. 1 year ago, they change the same, they do the same mutation, the same change in the constitution of the Valais. Because you know, in the Switzerland is a federation, and some states they are Protestant, some states they are Catholic, and the Valais is Catholic, and this constitution was the first article in the state of Valais, where we are. Econ is in a state of Valais. The only one religion recognized by the state is the Catholic Church. And he said, yes, I'm responsible to this change. But what you do with the social kingdom of the Christ, of Jesus Christ, what is this for you? The kingdom of Jesus Christ. What you said when you say that kingdom come in your prayer, our Father, what you said, that kingdom come. He said, but now it is impossible. Now it is impossible. Send me the nuncius in there. And what you do with the encyclical of the Pope Pius XI, Quas Primas. Oh, but now the Pope cannot write an encyclical as Quas Primas. It is incredible. And all things in the name of the Council. We must take care, because this change in the church is a liberal change, is a principle, liberal principle. They are into the church now and destroy the church. Because if we cannot serve the true principle of the church, as if we, in the name of the religious freedom, we said all religions have the same right in the whole state in the world.